Well, with only 5 days before the people of Mbeere North got to the polls in a decisive by-election, the mini poll has proven to be amongst the closest to watch, promising to set the political tone in the larger Mount Kenya region that the larger Mount Kenya region will take come 2027. Tonight, our senior reporter Ibrahim Karanja analyzes the Mbeere North polls and tells us why it matters.
When they go to the polls on Thursday, the 27th of November 2025, it will be to elect a member of parliament to replace Public Service CS Geoffrey Kirenga-Ruku and to represent their interests in the National Assembly. Be that as it may, the by-election is now beyond the interests of the people of Mbeere North, but has become a sample for a showdown for two political factions. On one hand of this showdown is the ruling UDA party and the larger Kenya Kwanza government, a party which, even though did not previously occupy the seat, feel entitled to it by the fact that they appointed Roko into its cabinet, but also because President William Ruto was the preferred presidential candidate of choice in the 2022 general election, with slightly over 90% of all votes cast in the presidential ballot. On the other hand, is the united opposition, especially through its leader Rigathi Gachagua, who lays claim to the throne in the mountain region and who is keen in locking out President Ruto or any of his adherents from there. 37,777 voters cast their ballots in Mbeere North in the 2022 general election. According to the IEBC records, Mbeere North in 2022 had a total of 55,124 registered voters and is the one with the least number of registered voters in all the four constituencies making up Embu County, with Manyata leading with 106,588 voters, Runyenjes at second with 95,326 registered voters, and Mbeere South at third place with 77,264 registered voters. Here, Ruto garnered 34,000 votes against the late Raila Odinga, who had 3,407 votes. And based on historical evidence about low turnout of voters during by-elections, Thursday's poll may see less than 25,000 people go to the ballot, and the election may as well be called when any of the candidates crosses the 10,000 vote mark. In 2022, despite all the voter mobilization that goes into a general election, Geoffrey Roko won with 17,069 votes, flying the Democratic Party's ticket against the incumbent Murioki Njagagwa, who garnered 16,422 votes despite flying the UDA party ticket. Now, both Roko and Njagagwa have united to support UDA's Leo Wamuthende against Newton Kariuki of the Democratic Party. The race has graduated to become a war between Deputy President Kithure Kindiki and former Deputy President and DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua. Kindiki, whose own Tharaka constituency in Tharaka Nithi County borders Mbeere North, is backed by CS Roko and area governor Cecily Mbarire, while Gachagua, desperate to prove that he is the reigning political supremo of the entire Mount Kenya region, hopes to shatter the imaginary East versus West political lines and reign in the East, where Kindiki comes from. Gachagua enjoys the support of DP party leader Justin Muturi and former Embu Senator Lenny Kivuti. The by-election has seen both Deputy President Kithure Kindiki and a whole of government machinery pitch tent in Mbeere North, just as DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua has also pitched tent there, making this a high-stakes election, with some stating that their presence makes it more about them, not about the people.
It is high stake for people of Mbeere North to have development.
Yes.
It's high stake. It's urgent for the people of Mbeere North to be, their lives to be transformed. Their livelihood need to be transformed. They can only be transformed if our roads are going to have tarmac like many other places. So, and we have run behind without getting the needed attention from other governments.
A win for Wamudhende will cement that Kindiki is able to run Gachagua out of town and that he can in fact be trusted to deliver votes to President Ruto in 2027, and it may as well seal his number 2 position with Ruto, even as it will paint Gachagua as a big talker with zero influence. Yet a win for Newton Kariuki would paint Kindiki as a weak link, a man holding the senior-most national position from the region, but unable to deliver a single electoral unit. This may as well fuel the discourse about his replacement at Harambee House Annex.
We needed to come here and talk to our people, but they can't sell their vote for money.
Yes.
2, there was a lot of intimidation. The government must steer the election because of heavy government presence. The teams, the police, PSAs, CSAs, the deputy president. Yeah, the voters who are for our candidate candidates were getting intimidated.
Yes.
To an extent, they were saying that they will not go to vote because the election is already stolen. So by coming here was to assure them that is not the case. The vote will be protected. That they are now okay. They are comfortable with my presence here. That the vote will be protected, and therefore they will come out to vote.
Okay.
I also needed to come here and shut down the hotels because you know about record having 2 people to eat. It was money.
Yes.
But do the right things again.
The battle may be won at the 3 county assembly wards that make up Mbeere North constituency. Newton Karish is the immediate former MCA for Muminji ward, the ward with the least number of voters, with IEBC 2022 records showing 9,849 registered as voters in the ward. The other 2 wards are Ndawa Ward, which is where both Wamudhende and CS Roku come from, with 18,882 registered voters in 2022, and Evurore Ward, with 26,393 registered voters in 2022. The polling centers to watch owing to their high number of voters are St. Peter's Primary and Kanyuambora Primary in Evurore Ward, and the Siakago Hall County Council in Ndawa Ward being the only polling centers with above 1,500 registered voters, thus having 3 polling stations each.
Where a candidate comes from, in terms of the ward, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Whether you're coming from Mbroli or Ndawa or Muminji, is not an issue. The issue which are cut across is what does this candidate what does he carry? What opportunities does the candidate present to the people of Mbeere North?
9 candidates, among them Wamudhende and Newton Karish, are on the November 27th ballot. The others are Duncan Mbui of Chama cha Kazi, who is the immediate former MCA for Evurore Ward, Lawrence Ireri of the Safina Party, Reverend Isaac Murengi of the UPA Party, Albert Ngari of the National Vision Party, Daniel Ngari of the Kenya Moja Movement, and Simon Waiharo. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV.